This is a version of rendang which we call like rendang Minang. Origin of rendang comes from this place called Minangkabau, which is in like West Sumatra. When I was traveling there, I managed to try their version of rendang. It was like very dark and very black, which is from the particular region. In terms of the beef that they use, traditionally they actually use buffalo meat. The cut of meat that we are using today is the shin, the machis, they call it the daging jelly. Okay. Because when you cook it, right, there's a lot of collagen and it sort of like breaks down into this like nice jelly gelatinous texture. So first we're going to toast the dry spices. So we've got a bit of clove, fennel, coriander, cardamom as well. What happens is that the essential oils get extracted, right? So very light toast, and you cool it down, and then we're just going to grind it into a powder. In Indonesia, they call it the ulekan or the ulek, U-L-E-K. When you put the ingredients in, you sort of like just grind it sort of back and forth, so it's a different action.
And with the other spices, this also needs to be crushed. We are going to grind it like this rubbing motion.
Traditionally, in the Minang style of cooking rendang, we have a really hot pan, and it works to use a non-stick pan, and then you put in coconut milk. You put the spices, you let everything boil, put the meat, right? And this is what I call like the Malay bouquet garni. So it's like these three leaves that I always use in rendang. So this is the lime leaf, gives a really nice fragrance. We also have the turmeric leaf and then daun salam. So this is what they call Indonesian bay leaf. It's used fresh. So we're going to use all these three leaves just to give a nice aromatic touch to the dish.
So from here, all we're going to do is we're going to cover it and we're going to let this simmer for about 2 hours. And as you can see here, all the equipment that we're using today comes from Kitchen Plus Wear. And they're having a Ramadan sale now at their Pasir Ris Mall. You can get up to 30% off on like buffet chefing dishes, drink dispensers, and even cutlery sets. And you can even get 10% off store-wide when you're shopping there when you use this promo code.
So we've been simmering the rendang for about 2 hours. So how you know it's ready? The sauce sort of like thickens into this nice paste, and because we pounded it with the pestle and mortar, it's so nice and chunky, right? And you can see that the coconut milk has split, right, between the solids and also the oil, and you can see the aroma is just amazing. Finish it up with a bit of sugar, so you can use palm sugar or even brown sugar, and then we're using this thing called the krisek. Right, so toasted coconut. This is just going to give it a more deeper, darker flavor and a nice body and a more caramelized color to it. Once the rendang is done, we're just going to serve it with a bit of sliced lime leaf. And what it does, it just gives it a nice, sort of like citrusy, perfumey fragrance. And then now it's ready to eat.
Wow. Definitely using the pestle and mortar help the very rough spice mix. You then get this even more like rich aroma.
The soul of the dish is really cooking it really slow. So what happens is that one, your meat becomes nice and tender. Two, the flavors from all this rempah just goes into the meat, right? And then, yeah, it's just really delicious.